Hi, hello, and welcome back to the epilogue of my third campaign. Let's see how the story truly ends.
While navigating the disordered environs of Limbo, you and Lae'zel heard the summons, a telepathic emanation. You are accustomed to receiving dispatches and battle orders from the Githyanki rebel forces in this form. But this was different, an invitation to a gathering of friends, those allies who stood with you against the Netherbrain. Those who thwarted the grand design. Those who made your war against Vlaakith's tyranny possible. You cannot join them in person, but you shall be with them again, nonetheless. To project your image through the cosmos. Such is the skill of the Prince of the Comet. You have no doubt it can be done.
We're so back. Ooh.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Here we go.
The material plane. I've almost forgotten what it's like.
Now there's a face I know well enjoyed. Withers can pluck wine from all over the world, but is there one bottle of fresh blood?
Thank Mother Gift.
I must be careful to not overindulge tonight, lest I lose control and slip into bear form.
No, not the bear. Alright, we are back and looks like we have all our companions who were with me at the end. So, Minsk and Jaheira didn't
Now
come with
there's
us,
a face I know well
and they are not even showing up in the party. I gave away Shadowheart to Viconia, and was there someone else? Oh yeah, Karlak died.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Can we talk to animals? Yes. Scratch, hey, buddy.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
Come here, boy.
It's so nice to see you again. You smell different, but not too different.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
missed
really
your
here.
smell, but this thing I found had you all over it. I brought it for you, and I thought perhaps you'd like to throw it?
This is a dangerous object. I'm not sure we should be playing with it.
You know best, but a little fetch never hurt anyone, as far as I know.
True. I'm so glad to hear you fare well since our travels together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Hey. Can I throw the artifact? I don't have it. I can throw my boots. And it's gone. Oh, well, hold on, it's here. Inert Astra Prison. Yeet. Oh, he's playing with it. Nice.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
Wanna play fetch? Ah, and this is how we can play.
Do you even have to ask?
Oh, there's the boots. I'm gonna throw it one more time. There. Yeah, the orders can wait. Priorities. Okay, and now he's playing with it. I cannot wait to see the other epilogues as well, which I intend to record for my previous playthroughs, so expect that soon on my channel. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk there. I might keep it a non-commentary because I don't know.
So you made it! Now it really is a party.
There's no point of talking through everything. What was that? So, hello, Vampire Spawn Astarion. Damn. Larian went all out. Or went all in with the animations. What's up?
Hello, darling. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. Or here I am. I'm not sure about you.
This projected from... Oh boy, I cannot even say this. This projected form is adequate. Unless you missed my scent, Ishtik.
Nothing quite so carnal, I'm afraid. I'm mostly just pleased to see you alive. You know, I was concerned you'd land yourself in trouble without me to look after you, but I see you're doing just fine as you are. Flying across the cosmos on the backs of dragons, waging war on your mad queen. I couldn't be more proud.
The last time I saw you, you were running from the sun. What happened?
Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little friends, I was just an ordinary spawn again. Burning in the sun. I fled the dock and found refuge in the shadows until night fell. I'm sorry I didn't seek you out that night. I felt... ashamed. Like I'd lost everything just as you claimed your victory. I didn't want you to see me like that. But time lent perspective. It wasn't your victory, it was ours. And for all I'd lost, I'd gained so much more. I had freedom, strength, a whole new life. And it was time to live it. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it.
I could have told you that.
Yes, but you say all sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even listen half the time. It has made for a nice change, though. Inspiring hope in people, instead of terror. Well, I do try to
Man, I
inspire
hope
a
Baldur's
little
Gate 3
terror.
wins Game
I'm
of the
still
Year.
me, after all.
I'll be pissed if it doesn't win. Well, you seem happy. Are you sure you haven't been drinking blood?
No, this is all me. I swear. Don't get me wrong. I was a mess at first. Every day I yearned for the sun and mourned my curse to live in the shadows. But in time, I realized that darkness is as much a part of me as my fangs. This is only a curse as long as I refuse to embrace the shadows. So, I decided I would. I decided not to be defined by the choices other people made, by what other people did to me. My past may be done, but my present, my future, they're mine. This is who I am, in all my glory, for better and for worse.
Well, good luck.
And to you. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
Was that a hint? Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Oh boy. Guild uses rebuilding efforts to expand power. Absolute emergency over. Declares fist. Last edit is read from sewers. Nice. Ooh, wizard cries immortality. Lorokan seeks attendance at Ramsey's tower. Sheriff's record. Raphael reported dead. Ha! Nice. Cheers. Whoa!
I have missed this place. And these people. Well,
What's up?
There you are. I was hoping. Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed.
Well, thank you.
Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Have you come seeking a statement for your next tell-all?
Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
You can do better, can't you?
Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback at this time. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Oi. Don't do that. Or I'll kick your ass. Oh yeah, that was my look. Astrally projected. While your body resides in the cold expanses of the astral sea, you have projected a likeness of yourself here for the evening. Nice. You can also use my power. Hello, Will. I'm back.
I must look a
Half
mess.
back.
I just rolled out from under a pesky ogre when Withers yanked me in. Oh, I didn't mean... Well, I didn't mean that. I just gutted the ogre, not...
Oh my god, Will.
How about I change the subject before I dig this hole any deeper? You look positively perfect, if a bit shimmery at the edges.
To your relief, your projection holds. It took a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure it. You can touch, taste, and talk. But your fleshy body is in limbo, the home of the mystical Githzerai. Once, the Githzerai were one with the Githyanki, until bloody civil war severed the Gith species. The Githzerai God King Menyar Gith sent word through the cosmos. He knows of your rebellion, and he's agreed to parley. Should the Githzerai join you, you could vanquish Flakith in a red dragon's blink.
How fares the Comet's path? I wager you've cracked open more Kithraki heads than you could possibly count.
Well. Yeah. 13 Kithraki, 25 swords, and 305 warriors precisely.
Ooh, then you did keep count. I should have known you would. How you thrill in the Blades hunt, Lae'zel. The trolls I've torn open, the ghouls I've cleaved, the stories I've been itching to tell.
I'm not Lae'zel.
I don't suppose you'd indulge me.
Well, we'll also receive one of his... well, you think that's a rare ending for him? That he well, not becomes. He stays the Blade of Frontiers, not the Blade of Avernus, and not the Grand Duke. Well, it sounds like you're faring well without your infernal powers.
I won't lie. Losing the Eldritch Blasts and the Hexes took some getting used to. Nothing but void, where once there was hellfire. So, I stoked new fires in myself using the lessons my father once taught me. Now, the Blade of Frontiers is a ranger. A true hunter of monsters. A warden in more than just name. That ranger's left a mountain of corpses in his wake, and collected a tale or two. You'd indulge him one, yes?
Well, yeah, tell me, I'm listening.
You'll have to choose one tale and one tale only, I'm afraid, or I'll be yammering all night. You want to hear about the Stegosaurus that bullied Candle Keep, the impossible Lich, or the young dragon who crawled out of Deeping Cave?
Oh boy. Well, as a Githyanki who's about to fight Vlaakith, I would like to hear the stories of the Lich.
It did, though the adventure had peaceful beginnings, as so many often do. I'd made camp south of Daggerford. The night was calm, lit by the green lanterns of a caravan. I was about to dig into a hearty stew when it began. A deluge of bone. It was as if 1,000 skeletons were walking the skies and had split into pieces. Skulls, knuckles, ribs rained down on me. I turned my skin to bark and made for the light. The bones clumped and clattered into unspeakable aberrations.
He's truly a ranger.
I cast and carved until I reached the light. I found no caravan, but a sickly green lich. Each fallen bone was a shard of its essence, an impossibility. But what does a world of netherbrains and magic crowns care about the impossible? I raged through the night. By morning, the fields were buried in shards of bone, the liches included.
Well, I missed traveling with you. You were a pleasure to be around.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it. Or waste a single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Nice.
Some magic in the air.
So many unique animation. I wonder if some of them carried over to the actual gameplay, not just to this camp. I mean, patch 5 was massive, so can't wait to explore it. To play custom mode and eventually honor mode. Alright,
You made it! Now the revelry can truly begin.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Starion. You can only pick one. Can I actually take the one that's on? Oh, okay, those are for animations. Alright, Halcyon, what's up?
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Well, honestly, the time has flown by.
Perhaps that is so for you, but for me... It may be that a peaceful life after so many years of tumult has made me sentimental. I dwell upon what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
You sound like you need a drink.
Well, I am not normally given to imbibing, but this is a special occasion, and I believe our dear Withers procured a fine honey mead as part of the celebratory victuals. Even the most ascetic of nature's servants would be tempted by such an elixir, but that can wait. Your company is what truly drew me. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
You first, Halcyon. I want to hear about the life you've made, the people you helped.
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
Well, is this the balance you wished for?
In a manner of speaking, yes. Though it is a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. True balance is no simple, fixed thing. I see that now. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
As a Githyanki, I will say my turn, I suppose.
Please, spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halcyon. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall.
Daddy Halcyon?
They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months.
Nice.
No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Love Larian. I expect you will have a few tales that will need to wait until they are... No, I wouldn't say that as a Githyanki. Well, alright. Let me see what I have.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Regale Halcyon with tales of your past 6 months. The truth may be a little flat. Spice it up a little? Recount some of your recent exploits, sparing no detail. Let's go for a lie. Do I have inspiration? Nah, this one's better. See? I needed that.
You are truly incapable of disappointing. The children shall be wrapped, and have no fear. All due credit shall be given to the tale's originator. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
What of the Grove? Do you stay in touch?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Korga was beyond saving. But the others have a true mentor now, and I am very glad for them.
Tell me about Tenian and Oliver. Do you see much of them?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you seem more settled than I expected of you. I thought that was against your nature.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what
Is
can be
that
discovered about
Astarion
oneself,
stabbing
even at a
something
ripe
in
old
the back?
age.
I hate dagger noises. Still partial to roaming in bear form, I take it.
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
Alright, even if I'm a Githyanki, I'm going for the hug.
Always.
Because who knows if this option is different or not in my previous campaigns. Because Halcyon... Oh well. Halcyon died in campaign 2 and Halcyon is my love interest, I think, in campaign 1.
Your embrace makes me feel safer than any armor could.
Alright.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this.
Is that a duck?
Ducks are
Yeah.
my favorite, but
Nice.
I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons.
Can I take stuff
Yet,
in this
they always
form?
find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Does it do anything?
No, it's wooden. I suppose it burns if you find yourself in dire need of kindling, but I hope it does not come to that. Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
I'm glad for it. For this.
Astarion. What are you doing? Stop
Rat.
complaining.
I'd take rat over this any day.
Rat instead of that? Holy shit. Tara!
Well, there he is. Gale in all his glory. I hope you're happy, the god of ambition. Have you ever heard anything more ridiculous?
Who put salt in your ale?
Carsus himself. He and his bloody crown. And you, for that matter. The Gale I knew wasn't like this. He recognized his mistakes. He was contrite. All he wanted to do was live. Unfortunately, he fell into company that turned his gaze toward foolishness. Yes, I mean you.
Don't blame me for Gale's foolishness.
But it would make everything so much easier. I know there's nothing you could have done to stop him. Not really. Once he'd decided to learn nothing from his mistakes, what use were either of our protests? Perhaps you'd be willing to come meet Gale's mother sometime? She misses him so. And I know it would do her heart a world of good to discuss her son with someone who knew him as he was.
Yeah, I'd love to, but I'm leaving Faerun after tonight.
Well, if you ever come back, do look us up in Waterdeep. Surname Dakarios. I'd enjoy the chance to reminisce about the good man we knew. Enjoy your party, dear. I've heard you quite deserve a celebration. You'd best not have any plans to follow in Gale's footsteps. One god at this gathering is quite enough.
All right.
Aha! There you are, my mortal friend.
Ooh. He has a lot of HP. Plus 10 bonus to all ability checks. Huh. All right.
Goodness. Was Faerun always so dull? Still, at least the company was worth the trip, if not the view.
Your magic feels different. More primal somehow. Is this Karsus' powers at work?
Not to be overly pedantic, but they are my powers now. I imagine you're wondering how all this came to be. The finer points of divine ascension are beyond mortal comprehension, I'm afraid, but I can provide a rudimentary sequence of events. First, I retrieved the crown of Karsus and reforged it using a series of precise and highly complex Netherese incantations. Then, I used it. As you know, the orb within me was the half-formed Karsite Weaver. Magic left incomplete by Karsus' self-destruction. I finished it. Using the crown of Karsus, I turned it into a new form of magic, fused with my being, driven by my purpose. And then I put it to work. As expected, Mystra was unwilling to hand over the reins of the weave, so I've claimed dominion over another area which I've passing familiarity. Ambition.
Good. The challenge Mystra would have been a greater folly than... Yeah, folly even than Karsus'.
I don't recall saying that I'd given up. I confess, I expected Raphael to come knocking with that infernal contract we signed. But, strangely enough, he never showed his face.
Because we...
Intimidated, no doubt.
Killed him?
I can say this much for now. Mystra is welcome to her dominion. My aims are set a little higher than offering cursory blessings to just any half-decent spellcaster. I exist not to bestow favors on my followers, but to inspire them to seize their destinies for themselves, exactly as I did. I'm their proof. Proof their hopes are not barren wastes, but the loamy soil in which their future achievements will flourish. Proof that with ambition, anything is possible.
So, for example, if a sorcerer wished to unlock their true potential, wield unimaginable power, you might help with that?
You see? Now you're realizing your true potential. You, and many more by the day. There are already several shrines in my honor scattered across the outer reaches of Thay, and rumors of a very prominent temple under construction in Arm. This is only the beginning.
What can I say, Gale? I'm impressed.
I thought you would be. Now, divine as my company undoubtedly is, I have an eternity to catch up with you. A luxury few others at this party possess. Don't let me deprive them of your company, or mine, for that matter. It's not every day a newborn god shows up to the reunion.
Yeah, he's so...
Sheen of Elysium missing, isn't there?
He's so different now. I think I managed to get all 3 endings of Gale in my 3 playthroughs. He became a god in this one. He sacrificed himself in the previous, and he stays as immortal in campaign 1. So cannot wait to see the changes. Also, where's my owlbear? I had a... Don't tell me it died in the finale. Huh. Hello? Milil. What's up, Borislav? Is that you?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
You seem glum. I thought bards were meant to be full of pep and joy.
I find it hard to summon up the trademark pep these days. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
Yeah, go on then. What's your name?
Milil. Though if the lack of song prayers is anything to go by, that name carries less weight than it used to. Apologies. I think I got a
Religion.
carried away there. You're hardly to blame. You just want to change up the music, I wager.
I guess I'm supposed to know who this guy is, and if it's a failed religion check, he might be a god. Wait, it's all coming back to me. I know who you are. What an honor. Let's go. Yay, 19.
You know?
Of course.
You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally. The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What can I do you for?
I'd like to change the song.
Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want?
Play Despacito. No. Do you have any new compositions? Something that's never been heard before?
Fantastic idea.
It'll suit the whole affair perfectly.
Okay, so we can change the music over here. Endless Spring. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the new camp song. Made by Borislav Slavov. Torm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders. Stone Lord killed by beloved ranger.
I wish it could last forever.
Will Ravengard refuse his father's role? Who will lead next? Gondians disband. Gon's time has come and gone. Serial killer unmasked as crazed ballist. City colony center of Githyanki war. We're missing something over here. Oh boy. Bodies continue to surface from the Iron Throne wreckage. Yeah, that just happened. Settlers bound for lands of private, blah blah blah. "6 months since the assassination of Archduke Gortash." Yup. New Bardic School. Tiefling founder secures upper city funding. Oh my god, Alfira did it. Sarsik. Silence continues at Noble's Palace. Tour new district built by Elturian refugees. Cool. Chest of Grateful Words. Oh boy. Official guild letter. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventures closely from the day you fell from the doomed Nautiloid to the final blow you struck the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting to thank you for adventuring with such creative Is this made by Larian?
I must be careful to not overindulge tonight.
Determination such, but enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. That's freaking Larian Studios. That's a letter from them. That's the first letter, come on. Letter from Art. Ooh. Oh, him. I was like, why would Oscar say... Oh, that's not Oscar. That's Ark, the Flaming Fist.
I don't know how to explain it.
Ooh, I'm not sure if I'm ready to say all of these letters out loud. I write to you from sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out. Builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halsin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. Oh boy. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Daniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes. And as our old songs drift on the wind, ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land will still be shrouded in darkness, and I still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy. I am grateful for my last moments. Do a visit someday, and if you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art Gulag. Well, that's sad. Letter from Viconia, oh boy. To my unlikely ally, I must confess I was surprised to receive an invitation to your gathering, but not entirely displeased. Though circumstances placed us on the same side once battle lines were drawn, you proved to be most admirable instrument in bringing about the end of the Absolute. To the Absolute. Nevertheless, I cannot step away from Lady Shard's sacred work. Please raise a goblet on my behalf, and know that I shall gaze upon the very same umbral tapestry that you feast under. Wyconia the Vare, Mother Superior of the Cloister of Sombre Embrace. P.S. Our mutual acquaintance has settled back into her life of servitude very well, I am glad to report. Her mind is a blank slate, eager to learn of the Dark Lady's ways. I shall make something of her yet. Rest in peace. Well, still alive, but still Shadowheart. Letter from Voss. Oh, so many letters. Alright. Yeah, this is one reason why I'm not going to comment in the next two epilogue. Schlag. The Prince of the Comet shines ever bright, breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlakith's death. I should know about this. Draws near. We have taken to the Astral Plane and slaughtered all who must be slaughtered, and spread the heirs. Heirs? I don't know how to say that. Heir? You don't pronounce the H, right? I don't know. Truth. To every possible ear, willing and unwilling, many Githyanki have already taken up arms with us as warriors of the Comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to crashes, dedicating themselves to Orpheus as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not all call themselves children of the Gith. Zerit Menyar are Gith. See, I can freaking say stuff like this, but not proper English. The Gitzerais God King has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable, but Orpheus has spoken. If Vlakith is to fall, mayhaps the two skies must again be made one. Vos Revikialt Orpheus, Knight of the Comet. Githyanki and Gitzerai working together against Vlakith. Lovely. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember... blah blah blah. You remember me, right? Boneman said... Boneman once said... See, I cannot read. I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin. Where morning meets midnight. The root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head. And all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave, like Bowman said.
Withers has laid out quite a spread of food.
I heard it before, Hansen. I don't know how I knew what to do. I just did. After you squished the brain, Birdman. Who's Birdman? Elminster? Anyway, said the weave led him to me and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Birdman. I'll let you know how it goes. Nice. Letter from Araj. My friend, no, my darling. Greetings from Menzoberranzan, where the blood you so kindly traded me is ready to play its part in resurrecting the glorious house of Blodra. From the moment I saw you, I knew you had power, and I knew that I could harness it. I knew that it could be mine. Soon I will descend into the abyss my people call the Claw Rift, searching for my lost house in its depths. Will it be dangerous? Oh yes, most dangerous. But don't fear, darling. Your strength will see me through. I will find the ruins of my house, and when I emerge again, it will be as the matron mother of a house reborn. All thanks to you. All thanks to the power in your blood. Until we meet again, my darling. Araj Oblodra, master of the sanguine arts. Well, thanks to Astarion. Or did I turn... I don't even remember if I turned off the offer. I don't think so. Dear friend... Oh yeah, from Floric. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already, in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and again, at Waukeen's Rest, in Moonrise Towers, in Worm's Rock, and still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve, from the Elsong, I heard it, singing, a raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. I'd never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and were replaced with something more valuable. Hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric. Yay! Letter from Elminster. Oh boy. Do you recall the day we first met, boy? You could have been no more than 8 summers old, clutching your mother's apron. Is this for Gale? Eyebrows signed off by the fireball you'd unleashed into your neighbor's rose bush. You were crying because the flowers were so beautiful and you did not mean to destroy them. How kind, how eager, how brilliant you were, and yet so naive. You could not see that power so carelessly begets destruction. But so, too might your good nature be... Oh boy. Sorry. But so too might your good nature be the guiding light by which your abilities might shape our world for the better. What is the child now, I wonder? Did he remain at Blackstaff, nose buried in his books? Does he live within its mother's aging heart, weeping for those roses? Or is he within you still, lost amongst the trappings of godhood you so casually adorn yourself with? Wherever he is, I hope he can forgive me. To him I promise I will not make the same mistakes again. Elminster. Yeah, this ending for Gale somewhat sucks.
Magnificent.
Letter from Alfira. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. I know, I read the news. You know how Lacrissa was working insane hours at the Elsong Tower? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging up outside it. A plaque with Jorn and Hala's names on it and School of Music beneath. I just burned into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bards from Candlekeep to Waterdeep. Lacrissa had to quit the Elsong to help out. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night. And I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometime. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfira.
Seems like a century ago that we were all together, but also like no time's passed at all.
That's right, Will.
I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I don't need to.
You know, this is the time when I keep thinking about what happens if Lacrissa just dies in Act 1 and Alfira is still alive and you do all this stuff. And this should be all different then. Insane. Letter from Barkus. To whom it may concern. Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing. Well, I considered. Return address included. Best, Barkus Route. What just happened to Barkus in this campaign? Oh boy. I think I saved him, but I let him go away with the rest of the Deep Gnomes. So that's why we never saw him again. Weird. So weird, because I remember even in early access the gnomes used to tell me that we will meet in a tavern. And they weren't there. What's this? Letter from Lorroakan. Oh boy. From the desk of Lorroakan, Lord of Ramsit's Tower. I'm writing to inform you that I find myself in need of a new butler. I caught the old one spending far too much time in secret conference with the Night Song. I do wish he'd stop distracting the staff. In any case, I've since disposed of him. You seem good at attracting every manner of follower into your orbit. Send the most trustworthy one my way. Someone who does what they are told without too much fuss. Preferably immune to the planes of range. Oh boy. I can read Astimar but not wine, whatever that word is. Best Lorokan. Letter from Valeria. Oh, no. Salutations! I am writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little Balian bash a half year ago. Regrettably, I had to take the credit for dispelling the Baal cult in your absence, you understand, and I'm working on routing the remaining Baals from our fair city. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaired bar tab at the... Valeria, what are you doing? If you happen to be passing through with a bundle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence? Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Hell. P.S. I wrangled Devella a posthumous promotion to Blaze Fountainhead. She deserved that at least. Devella died, right? So that's different. Letter from Hope. Oh, nice. I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me. And I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. They are here with an art gallery, the boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am Hope, and I persist because of you. Huh. A letter from Mayrina. Oh boy. Oh boy. See, this is why I never read the books, the letters and all of this stuff in my playthroughs, not even in early access.
All my favorite wines.
It's just better if I read them without, you know, reading it loud out. I can read faster. That's why. Alright. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had... Oh, nice! I finally had my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. Screams his head off half the night and I barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his death. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hack survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hacks, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate, you have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off, it's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pines are on me, Mayrina. Ah, it's so nice to see all these endings to these stories. It's such a nice thing that Larian did. What is this? The first protocol. To the Mlagier who freed me, to Lae'zel, the Lakmagair, my words come to you on slate, for they are immutable and eternal. You are not just liberators, you are all warriors of the Comet. Whatever you land, there was no you. Whatever land you travel, whatever sea you cross, whatever plane you grace, Vlaakith's pawns fall one by one, at the hands of my faithful. But the city of death stands, and the queen sits on her wild throne at its center. But we stand at the precipice. I don't know that word. Lae'zel, thanks to you, we are soon to restore an old kinship, and Vlakith will burn in the fires that stoked. The protocols are written anew, and to you, Mlageir, I dedicate the first. All who call themselves Gith shall unite under one sky. Gith Kratefkin Krashketh, Orpheus.
A beautiful night.
Take those with me.
It could last forever.
Oh boy. Oh, I definitely need to drink something. Hold up, let me pause the recording. Alright, that was good. Right. What is this chest? Clothing chest. Ooh.
Haven't you any ambitions, Tara? I could help you, you know?
Oh? At what cost?
A prayer or two would suffice. That's so bad.
So we got a lot of these stuff. To look special. I mean, why not? What is that underwear? Let's go, Red. Nah, that's not fitting for a party. That's better. No, I'm not gonna mess with the dice. Anything else?
You'd best not have any plans to follow in Gale's footsteps. One...
Your name Tresim? Did we even meet Tara in this campaign? Also, what happens if... Because you can kill Tara in Baldur's Gate or Rivington.
I mustn't frighten them with my newfound powers.
So many stuff that we can do. I'll take the dagger with me. Need protection. I guess we need to talk to Withers. Oh, Lae'zel. Almost forgot. Holy shit.
For 2 months we trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more we skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet we traveled through Limbo. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents and a few stolen psi crystals. And 2 10 days of effort to conjure our projections here.
Yeah, the narrator said the same.
Every one of those days and every drop of their sweat. Right here. Right now. There's no other place I'd sooner be. Enjoy your night. Chatter away. For tomorrow, we face Zereth Minyaragith.
Zereth Menya Agith. How well you know the name. The immortal god king of the Githzerai, and the ruler of their capital, Shraktalor.
Shrek? A Githzerai alliance, incredible. Could the Gith unite under one sky once more? Once again.
You might as well ask if the stars will ever snuff out or Avernus freeze over. A consideration for the far future. For now, I don't want the Githzerai to fight for us, just with us, my love.
Love. The word hangs in the air for a moment, before Lae'zel continues, unfazed.
Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that we must meet him. He is also a near deity. Should the Githzerai join us, we could topple the City of Death in a red dragon's blink. Trust me, my blade is keen as ever. But it was here, in Faerun, where I learned a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. And if Minyara Gith refuses, we carry on. Gravity pulls us in but one direction. We are warriors of the Comet. We will blaze forth until we burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. And when the Comet has risen, we will be forever together. As surely as Kalir will forever circle the sun.
Well, I love you, Lae'zel. The fight at your side is an honor and a pleasure.
Love. Until I knew you, I thought the mere idea a joke. A weakness indulged only by lesser species. You proved me a fool. I am forever grateful.
Reach out to Lae'zel, seek the warmth of her touch. Imagine showing up as a projections to the party only to do this. Making a scene right now.
A taste I will never grow tired of.
Oh, we can barely talk. But in a way it makes sense, because we've been together for the past 6 months. Let me try it again.
This is... nice. Yes. I think that's the right word for it.
Yeah, and that's it. It's probably better if you stay here in Faerun together. Or probably different if it's only Lae'zel who's gone, not me. Do you think that's all? I mean, I've been recording for 1 hour already. Holy shit. Let's talk to Withers. I'll save just in case if it's over.
Let's see.
Ooh, nice. Divine odds. Nice. I cannot miss. Of course we're gonna loot. Also, let's swap things back. These. Also the underwear. Recipe of Elixir of Arcane Cultivation. No. Holy water. Can I? No, don't do that. The Book of Willing Souls. A neat list of Baldurians and the deaths that befell them, beneath an donation from Withers. Souls snuffed out in a battle for the Baldur's Gate. Perhaps some might deign to return should the city ever have need again. Severin Ortholo crushed by a falling roof as he held the door for others to flee. Nancy D charged a Mind Flayer that entered her granddaughter's room, died with her second best scissors in its eye. Barely Quickflint brought the Nautiloid down over the bay. Huh. You're making more followers, huh? Withers? Nice. Case file 846. I think I read this before. Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate signed. Meh. Scroll. A missive in Wither's hand addressed to some unknown entity. Though if you understand the alphabet, the script, and the words themselves, the meaning eludes you. You glean only the impression of dark sun in white sky and an offer, or perhaps a warning. Is this a tease? Potential DLC? Potential new Baldur's Gate game? Potential new project by Larian Studios? because they teased Baldur's Gate 3 at the end of Divinity Original Sin 2, and it eluded a lot of people. They were talking about Nautiloids, I believe. It was... I forgot the guy's name, if he was still alive there and on your side. Ah, it eludes the name. I don't know the name. That was the Necromancer guy. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Hello, Withers.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I did my duty, no more, no less.
Thou givest thyself so little credit.
Attack.
The duty borne by you was great. You could have well shirked. Thou gavest what it was possible to give. The realm continues for your sacrifices. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Yeah, I suppose I return to the party. Let's double check. Everyone. Then I think I can end this.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers. Cheers to all of us.
After everything, this feels nice. A chance to take a breath, metaphorically speaking.
I learned much under these very...
It's quite something, isn't it? To be in the presence
This
of the
episode
divine.
will be way more longer if the
Fear
others are
not.
here.
That tingling sensation is merely your body's way of alerting you to my presence. It's perfectly harmless. In small doses.
Okay, missing Shadowheart, Karlach, Jaheira, Minsk.
The material plane.
And even...
I'd almost forgotten what it's
And
like.
even... Mintara. Because right now it should be possible to recruit both Halsin and Mintara.
It truly is splendid to see everyone gathered together again, if only for a night. I hope the sun does not make haste to rise on us.
We can ask for hugs. Alright.
We must be careful to not overindulge tonight.
Withers, do you mind if I blast this door? Because it's annoying.
I meant to do that.
Yeah. Imagine if I explode and I attack Withers. It's all over. Alright, I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now.
Ooh.
Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself. But for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest.
You cannot see, but I'm
revel,
grinning like an idiot.
but be
I'm
ready.
smiling so much.
For thou mayst
I'm so
yet
happy.
be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
To the hope of more adventures to come.
To you.
That's more like an ending. In loving memory of our friend and colleague Jim Southworth, cinematic animation lead. Huh. Rest in peace. Damn, that was you. Well, now I can say that this playthrough is truly over, and I cannot wait to record 2 more epilogues for my previous campaigns. I think I will keep it non-commentary, so everyone can just enjoy the story, including me, so I don't need to keep reading those letters. And I'm planning to do another run, no, more than one, but I don't know what to do, because
There thou art, the dead.
Because I was planning to do a Dark Urge, an evil Dark Urge run,
Thy face is
going for the
thy
Jack of all
actions
trades challenge
barely worthy of the
achievement,
name.
which means I
Didst
need
truly
to
believe thy ploy would
level up
succeed.
every single class
Didst believe
on a
I
single
would
character,
not notice.
like multi-class into
Thou
everyone.
sought to bolster thy strength by taking
That was the
away
plan.
the souls
That is still the
of
plan.
mortals.
But patch 5 just came out
Vanish
with
when
2
their
new
hosts
game
become
modes.
Mind Flayers.
One of
Didst
them
think
is
other
the
gods
infamous
would
Honor
not
mode,
notice?
which
Gods thou
you should
may
know
be,
about. You
yet
should know
thou
that
hast
from
proven
DOS 2.
thyself
Though it's a little bit harder here.
everyone.
It should be harder here than in DOS 2.
The supplication
Because in
obeyed,
Divinity Origins Sin 2
the
it was
whimper
just
of
Tactician with
Baal,
one save file mode.
the death mule of
However, in
Merkel,
Baldur's Gate 3,
felled by
it's-
mortals.
it's way
I
harder because enemies
overestimated
have legendary
thee.
actions.
They
You
did
know,
not.
who knows?
Vermin, away.
And the other mode is
Thou
Feasting
wilt
mode,
trouble us no more.
which is where you can mess with the difficulty, I should say. So you can mess up with all the stuff, which, you know what? Hello?
I owe you a debt of gratitude. It is thanks to you that Gale, the wizard of Waterdeep, became Dekarios the Divine,
But you're dead.
god of ambition.
Hold on.
Without you, he would not have survived the appetites of the tadpole. It would have feasted on that impressive mind of his, and all of his talent would have
Did
been
you change
snuffed
something with
out
Raphael, or is this a bug?
forever. But mere survival
Like,
was
he
not
looks
enough.
messed up because
Not
I
for
killed him.
Gale, and not for you. Saving your world from the gods and monsters that threatened it wasn't enough. Gale wanted more, and you encouraged him to ignore every sensible instinct, to ignore the lesson of Karsus's folly, and to reach for the heavens. You were the spark that rekindled Gale's hubris, and set him on a course that will make Celestia quake. I longed for the crown to satisfy my own ambitions, and I was furious that it had escaped me again. But I have assessed the situation, pondered every variable, plotted every possible course, and I have come to realize that this is for the best. In time, long after you're gone, Gale Dekarios will cause such division and chaos in these realms that even the lords of the hells will be aghast to see it. Ambition. Such a delicious sin for mortal kind to indulge in. Such a dreadful weapon for an immortal to wield. The gods will be sundered, and from their ruin, I will rise.
You're dead. Go away. So, yeah, that was new. Those lines from Raphael. I know that there is a Raphael cutscene at the end if you keep him alive. Especially if you get him the crown. But that was a guild specific line. I'm not sure if that was meant to show up. But anyway, so this is what I'm talking about. I can include it in this final episode of this campaign. So, Explorer Balanced, those two don't exist for me because I was always playing on Tactician. However, Honor mode and Custom mode is now a thing. Let me show you this one. So, I could do this to play a custom run where I put everything on Tactician, so enemy aggression, enemies will attack ruthlessly and efficiently, hostile creatures will be stronger and harder to kill in combat, enemies will employ advanced spells and items in combat, additional combat mechanics. Change the difficulty combats by adjusting how many new mechanics or enemies are added to certain fights. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure if I want to do the honor mode yet, because I already set up a challenge for me to play the game for the Jack of all trades achievement as a freaking evil dark urge who's going to mass murder everything. So I will probably lose all the companions. And I wonder if these settings here will mimic. It says Tactician, but there's no descriptions here. Like these three are obviously a Tactician mode. However, this one might be the one where you actually get new mechanics like legendary actions and stuff like that. Input game balance, no, that will yeah, keep it at 0. Single save, yeah, no thank you. Enemy critical hits on, no death saving throws off. So I keep rolling for that saves. Yeah, that's the one what it means. Disable free first strikes. Yeah, it's going to cost an action if I attack out of combat. So I will lose. I will become the first character to attack in initiative, but I will lose my action. Camp cost multiplier. I don't know. 1 is like 40 maybe, so if I set it at 2, that's Tactician. Shortest full heal, no. Trade price modifier. I hope that this is the default option because I don't want to mess around. Multiclassing on. Always prompt reactions. All reactions that can pause the game will do so by default. No. Hide NPC health. Ooh, now that's a good one. Holy shit. I wonder if that's a thing in Honor mode. Probably not. I've seen some clips and I've seen HP. Okay, so this is custom mode only. Okay, so we can really make a hard game mode here. Hide failed perception rolls. That should be a thing by default, but I love it that they... yeah, we can set it here. So every single time that I fail a perception roll, it's not going to show up on the top left. And it makes sense. Because if I fail a perception roll, I know that there's something there. But if I fail it, oh boy. Hide passive rolls in dialogues. Prevent dialogue showing you if you passed or failed a passive roll to learn information. That's also a good one. Wait, even if I passed? I don't care, I'm gonna set this one also. Preview dialogue, check difficulty before rolling. Enable to see how hard ability or skill checks will be before you select them as dialogue options. Now this would make things easier. And you know what? I will probably use this one, since these are going to cause trouble for me for my next run. High difficulty class during rolls. Wait, so I cannot... How? I'm not sure why can I pick these two together. Now I'm not going to hide this, and I'm going to preview this one. Yeah. And I'm going to hide NPC health, hide failed perception rolls, and hide passive rolls. And I put this one up maybe to 2.5. Who knows? Let's go by default, and let's go back. And there's honor mode, which is an intense campaign recommended for experienced players. I would like to call myself that one, where we have stronger bosses, stricter rules, and a single save file, which is the one whole reason why I never ever attempted to do Divinity Original Sin 2 on a run. It's just too stressful. And it was the same as Tactician. Just one save. I don't really... No, I don't save... No. How should I say this? I don't save scum. Yeah. So that's not the thing for me, but... What happens if you run into bugs and stuff like that? So... Yeah, so if you're victorious and beat the game in this mode, you will be rewarded with a bespoke dice set, like a golden dice set, the using game for future playthroughs, and also an achievement, which I would like to get in this game. But there's no freaking way that I can do honor mode with a character which is going to multi-class to every single class at the same time. So honor mode is probably delayed for campaign 5. Playing as an origin character, probably Will or Karlach. So yeah. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon in 2 more epilogues, which I will keep non-commentary. And after that, I'll see you in campaign 5. No, campaign 4. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a lovely, wonderful day or night. Cheers.